Look, this is probably the police.
What's the police?
Police?
We're more keep calm and carry on. We'll complain, but we won't stand on.
So before I call her people soft, because you know that's what I'm about to do, ain't that the bitch that said that we ain't have no culture? And I did that video on her ass cutting her ass off and showing her that we had culture. Check my page. I could swear that this is that British bitch who said that we did not have no culture. Like, ain't that mighty funny how the tables have turned and this bitch done switched up so fast? That's funny. Now back to her fucking people. So what you're basically saying is that your people are softer than dirt. Y'all are just soft. Softer than baby shit. Y'all don't have that dog in y'all to fight, to stand up. Y'all just let it roll down y'all back and keep it pushing. That's sad. That's fucking sad. But yeah, they are learning not to fuck with us, not y'all. They gonna keep doing whatever the fuck they feel like to y'all because y'all won't stand up for yourselves.
Well, all the fallout out of Minnesota with the Somalis, they got this one woman that's really not liking the fallout. And then I want to show you an update with the Quality Leering Center. Because, you know, the Quality Leering Center is at the heart of everything that we have been talking about. And, of course, this whole situation with the Somali fraud story. So let's go ahead and check out this video.
You guys, on some real, I know we're laughing, but like low-key ain't funny. Like, ain't funny. These people, and this is exactly what I knew Trump calling us out would do, is make these loser people feel emboldened enough to come to our communities, wreak havoc in our communities, and call us out because they couldn't make something of themselves. Like, and the thing that makes all this so ironic is the president, like, aren't you a felon? Like, what? It's like, what are we even speaking about? Like, what are we talking about here, right? But these brainwashed individuals are so focused on immigrants and minorities that they can't see past the brainwashing. Like, it literally pisses me off, y'all. Like, I don't find this to be funny at all. Like, I know we're making jokes about it, but it enrages me, y'all. Like, it makes me so mad because the hypocrisy and, like, I don't know, this narrative. I just miss when we were freaking inconspicuous. Nobody knew who we were. We're minding our business. Like, please, like, oh.
My biggest issue, once again, is that they do not call each other out for the stealing. They talk about, you're talking about them, you're attacking them. It's everything but, hey, man, some of our people out here is stealing and they making us look bad, the people who aren't doing anything. No, what's making y'all look bad right now is y'all are not calling it out. That's what's making you look bad. It makes you look like all of you are on code with the theft. And it is amazing to me to watch this, actually. It's that, man, y'all that much on code with each other that even when y'all doing wrong, you're not going to say nothing. That's why your homeland looked the way it looked, too. Because when you are, I'm not going to sit up here and cover for somebody that did something wrong, especially I'm getting gaffled up in it and I had nothing to do with it. No, I'm going to say, hey, no. That is him. That has nothing to do with me. Why would y'all let people talk about y'all? That's the thing. It's like if y'all come out and say and point out who it is and get them out the community and let the authorities deal with them, life can go back to normal. But it won't go back to normal as long as you're sitting up here defending it. See, you want to go back to how it used to be when nobody paid attention to you. And y'all had a good thing going. You really did, actually. Right? But now everybody know who you are. And you tried the black thing. Oh, you're attacking black people. That didn't work. Because the delineation movement is the reason why it didn't work. Then, because the Leering Center has so much pressure on them, all of a sudden, now you found some kids. It's too late, buddy. Because you could bring a gang of kids over there tomorrow. Don't matter. The fact is, all this time, you haven't had no kids over there. They gonna get you for that. They're not gonna get you for you showing up with some kids all of a sudden because the Leering Center is got the block hot right now. I see
bombs over Dubai. Iran is attacking Dubai, and their air defense is not capturing all these missiles. This is the Fairmont. The Fairmont Hotel in Dubai was hit. They're estimating damages to be over $400 million from this drone strike. This is what people are saying on the ground level of Dubai, actual witness.
I think the missiles are being shot down right now, and the building I was at, everyone's evacuating.
What is it?
This just happened right in front of us. Yeah, let's go to the beach.
Yeah, we'll go to the beach.
Oh, can we go?
Yeah.
Can we go?
So Iran is sending missiles over there into Dubai, and Dubai Air Defense wasn't able to capture all of them. This was one of them that got through. Iran is attacking military bases, U.S. military bases all throughout the Middle East. So far, Qatar was attacked, I want to say, Bahrain, and now Dubai and several other countries. So this is escalating. I don't think this is going to look good for Iran, because even though they're targeting U.S. military bases, they're also impacting these countries in the Middle East. I don't think they're going to go for that. Like, yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and pray for the people. If you have family in Dubai, check on them. Damn.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I know that punk.
So all right? He performed at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I hate Puerto Ricans.
But he did. Why?
Puerto Rican don't like. And when you go to New York on the East Coast, when you go to jail, that's who trying to do you worse than the white boy and stab you, the Puerto Ricans. So niggas, those are not our allies. They're not our friends. So I understand that. I just don't pretend like I don't. The white boy fuck with us more than the Puerto Rican boy. If we gonna be real.
So you think it was right for him to perform all in
with them white folks? Nigga, Puerto Rican ain't real American. You know. I went to Puerto Rico, nigga. They wasn't kind to me, nor nobody looked like me.
Believe it or not, people, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country. There's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Trump, if you don't stop what you're doing, I'm going to have to get involved. And we don't want that to happen, because then the serious things are going to happen, and things are going to start escalating to the point where you're going to basically get murked off the face of the earth if I get involved. But I don't want to have to get involved, so, you know, don't be doing this anymore.
Do you think,
no matter how you feel about Trump, you cannot make public threats to the president of the United States at all, period? The FBI and CIA and all of them, like, they take those kinds of things very seriously. He wouldn't even be able to backtrack and come online and say, hey guys, I was just joking, you know, it's free speech. Yeah, honey, free speech to a certain extent. Like, this is a free speech nation, but free speech don't mean that you have the right to threaten the president. Those kind of things get taken very seriously. There's a lot of people who probably would watch that video and probably agree with them, because that's how much they just can't. That's how much they hate Trump. But you can't say that. I really be wondering, where do some of these folks get the gall to be that disrespectful, especially on the American soil? Like, do you know how easy it is for them to find you? You know, there's satellites everywhere that can zoom all the way in and see to the smallest detail. You don't think that they already know where you at? Hello?
Hey, this is for the Ayatollah of Iran. If you're not the Ayatollah of Iran, you can skip. Listen, my name's Chris Valenti. I live in New York. I had nothing to do with what's going on. I'm rooting for you, man. I'm hoping you fucking win.
Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei was killed in U.S. and Israeli strike.
Chris Valenti, my favorite leftist torta, is once again taking yet another L. Buddy, I think you might have the worst record for taking L's I've ever seen before. Literally just hours after announcing his support, Chris's dictator buddy was given freedom. Freedom of his life, and the most freedom way. Missiles. You can smell the taxpayer money flying through the air. Besides how badass it is that we've been taking out dictators like over Zoom, Chris might be the most unlucky person alive. Okay, seriously, if he wished you happy birthday, I would stay inside. Or like a bunker. All right, because something bad's about to happen to you. By the way, Chris, just a healthy reminder that while you're over here on your knees sucking off all these dictators, your brother is still a top fan of mine.
Y'all, in Texas, the Muslims are demanding that they teach that 30% of the enslaved Africans were Muslim, and that's why they were enslaved. But what was the Africans before the Arabs got to Africa? Because before there was a transatlantic slave trade, there was an Arab slave trade. But here's the demands of the Muslims.
So I'm going to share with you the demand letter from Shayna Zayan, Z-A-Y-A-N, who says that she is the operations manager for the Council of American Islamic Relations. Okay, so this is what they want. They want taught to students in Texas that 1/3 of all slaves in America were Muslim, and that they were enslaved because of their Muslim faith, and they were persecuted and killed during slavery because of their Muslim faith. So that's why they were enslaved. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. David Barton, if you're watching this, you are a great historical scholar. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're 1/3 of all slaves in America Muslim. I don't know. I've never seen evidence to that or thought about that. The other thing that they want is they want the Mayflower Compact not to be taught. Another thing that they want is they want Columbus, all references to Columbus and Columbus Day removed. Another thing they want is they want Thanksgiving removed. Specifically, they want the 1789 President George Washington proclamation about Thanksgiving and the Thanksgiving prayer, which is a National Archive document. This is a presidential proclamation. They want that removed. They don't want students from Texas learning about Thanksgiving or George Washington's Thanksgiving prayer. Another thing that they want is they want added that the Alamo was influenced by Islam. Did you know, according to them, I mean, this is so laughable. This is such a rewrite of history. Did you know that according to them that the design of the Alamo is specific to Islamic architecture, and that the people who built the Alamo were trying to honor Islam whenever they built the Alamo?
Well, these Muslim Arab colonizers want to put their history in American history, because that's what they are. They're colonizers. Before the transatlantic slave trade was the Arab slave trade, the Muslim Arab slave trade. And these numbers that they putting out there, 30%, that's all speculation. It's not even factual. So they just want to inject themselves into American history. And Texas is not going to be the first or last state. They're coming for more states to try to put this narrative into the history books. But let me know what y'all think.
Be able to be born in America, they came over here on incentive, bitch, because we live great in Haiti.
Around 2 a.m. Sunday, you can see officers racing down 6th Street to confront this man as he fires his weapon. Officers shoot back, and you can see the gunman goes down.
KXAN confirmed with multiple sources the shooter was 53-year-old Njiaga Janye.
We're also learning more from the Department of Homeland Security about the suspect. DHS officials telling us that the suspect came to the U.S. on a tourist visa, and in 2006 he became a naturalized citizen through marriage.
What a horrific incident. I know this took place yesterday, Sunday morning at 2 a.m., but I just wanted to talk about it. This was strategically planned by the Senegalese man from Senegal, of course. First, he did a drive-by on the establishment of Buford in Austin, Texas. Yeah, his black SUV, he had his pistol hanging out, just pew-pewing at random people around this establishment before parking this black SUV and hopping out with a rifle, and he start walking people down. Like randomly people, he start pewing. So that's how you ended up with 2 people being unalived. He was unalived himself. But condolences to those 2 people, and my heart goes out to the 14 individuals that were wounded. That's wounded. Came over here in 2006, and it was naturalized through a marriage. Like, you never know who's in this country and when they could be activated. This is just devastating all the way around, right? And especially him being Senegalese. Trump already talking about mass deportations and ending TPS statuses for all these African groups. Now you have him out there wilding out, you know what I'm saying, destroying families and taking lives. But anyway, once again, condolences to those 2 individuals that lost their lives to this senseless violence. And my heart goes out to the 14 individuals that was wounded. Be safe out there.
What did we do? The only sin that we committed is that we came to America. We said we are looking for a greener pastures. Our greener pastures are turned to black right in front of us. President Trump, give us time. We will leave. We will all leave America. We will leave. Because how many years have you spent? Only 1 year. And everybody is living in fear like this. How many years more? 3 years. Before the father, the children, they're going into people's house to pick people. How long are we going to live like this?
He had a full-on crash out in this video. Honestly, I've re-recorded this a whole bunch of times. I'm trying to figure out how to say this politically correctly, but to be honest with you guys, this is what I really think. I feel like people who have these types of strong feelings about deportation is really just because they come from a place that they don't want to be. Like, I feel like people talk a lot of shit about Americans, especially Black Americans. They talk a lot of shit about us. They talk about who we are, who we aren't, making it seem like, oh, we should wish we was from here. We wish we had this or that or the other. And we're not this, we're not that. And we don't have this, we don't have that. And they have this and they have that. And yet the places that they are basically claiming that we should wish that we were or want to be from, they don't even fucking want to be there. They don't even want to be in these places, and they sit up here crying that they have to be forced back to those places that they don't want to be, that they're telling us that we should want to be from those places. That's the part that fucking irritates me. It wouldn't irritate me if you wanted to be where you from. It wouldn't irritate me. But the fact that you don't even want to be from where you from, you don't want to be in the place of your birth, you don't want to be there, you crying and crashing the fuck out and talk about how Trump is a terrorist and how he's gonna unalive everybody, and you crashing out and freaking out and you just losing your mind because you got to go back to your place of birth that you claim to have so much pride about. That is wild to me. If you was proud, if you showed pride in being from that place and wanting to be in that place, I could see your argument. But when you sitting up here crying and begging and pleading to not go back there, how am I going? I gotta remember to be politically correct.
Day 15 of me trying to convince Black Americans to sign my petition to take Black and African American off the U.S. Census and come up with a classification that only Black Americans can classify as. So the Haitians are trying to include themselves in Black American History Month as usual.
Haitian history isn't Black history? Who said that? How is it that the city of Chicago was founded by a Haitian man, Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable, but Haitian history isn't Black history?
Haitians will never, ever be Black American in a million years. And as a matter of fact, I would definitely call ICE on Haitians like you or any melanated immigrant from the Caribbean, Africa, or elsewhere. When you want to cosplay as a Black American, Indigenous American Indian from the United States of America, when you want to destabilize, leech, and be vampiric, you are going to face the consequences. Black Americans, Indigenous American Indians, it is I, Ken Nottoway, the fifth great grandson of Nat Turner, one of the greatest freedom fighters of all time. On my channel, we talk about journalism, psychology, communication, media, and public relations in relation to protecting the identity, the history, the legacy, the lineage of my people, Black Americans, Indigenous American Indians in the United States of America. And oftentimes, through these channels, through these mediums, our narratives are changed, but we're correcting the action. These are also my areas of expertise, motherfucker, that I went to college for. Do you understand what I'm saying? I have a bachelor's degree in journalism, minor in psychology, master's degree in communication media with a specialization in public relations. I don't mince my words. And moreover, what I am is a full-blooded Black American, Indigenous American Indian from the United States of America on both sides of my family. Haitians will never be Black American. And this is why I'm about to go in on you. Now, I'm assuming that you are Haitian, right? What you got to understand is that you're not a Black American. And this is why people are delineating for motherfuckers like you. You're disrespectful. You're a menace. You're a nuisance to come over here and try to destiny swap with Black Americans when you know that Black American is a specific, nuanced ethnicity, okay? The history and the lineage, the achievements of Black Americans, it's not Haitian. And you know that. So what's so demonic about these people? They know they are called Haitian or whatever they want to be. You know, nowadays people are saying they are indigenous in the islands or they're Africans or they're mixed. But what they know they are not is a Black American. Being born over here in the Americas does not make you a fucking black American. And as a matter of fact, when Haitians came to the United States of America, much like other melanated immigrants from the Caribbean and Africa, they said, me, no black. Bitch, you were Noir in Haiti, motherfucker. That's what you were. Now, a lot of you are trying to destiny swap with black Americans. You abandoned your land. You abandoned your destiny. A part of honoring your ancestors is picking up the fight in their land. See, I'm the 5th great grandson of Nat Turner. A lot of you motherfuckers keep talking about 1804, talking about you had a successful revolution, but you fled your motherfucking land to live as black Americans in the United States of America, to live under white rule again, since you're always talking about this and that, and you freed black people around the world. All of you are black all of a sudden. But now you're in the United States of America begging for birthright citizenship, the 14th Amendment. Birthright citizenship that was meant for black Americans. You motherfucking cosplayers. Yes, a lot of you Haitians are going to be offended by this because you keep running your motherfucking mouth talking crazy. Now, all of a sudden, these motherfuckers don't know the difference between a black American. Were they calling themselves black Americans in Haiti? So we know that black American is a specific lineage, very specific. Why do you think people like this are saying that they are black Americans? So wait, black Americans, indigenous American Indians are starting to see how insidious these cosplayers are. So Africans, you can be Ghanaian, Nigerian, Eritrean, Somali, Ethiopian, Egyptian, so forth and so on. Caribbeans could be Haitian, Jamaican, Trinidadian, Bayesian, all these things. You have a specific name, but in the United States of America, black Americans are not black Americans anymore because now Caribbeans, and in his opinion, Haitians are black Americans because they were born in the Americas and supposedly they're black. So now what are the people that went through Jim Crow? The crack epidemic, mass incarceration, redlining, war on drugs, bombing your businesses, your banks, your towns, loan discrimination. What are these people? All these achievements that you motherfuckers fled your land for. Who are these people now? If you could be a black American, what are these people? You motherfuckers are sick in your motherfucking head. You're absolutely sick. You abandoned your land and you abandoned your destiny to be under the rule of white people again as Haitians. But you want to talk about how you freed everyone who is supposedly black? You motherfuckers ain't black. Black Americans, indigenous American Indians had many revolts before you. And black Americans, indigenous American Indians from the United States of America ain't never ate a motherfucking dirt cookie, a bonbon terre. And you motherfuckers absolutely were cooking up those motherfucking cats or using those cats for motherfucking voodoo. Now we supposed to all pretend like Haitians don't do this? We supposed to pretend. What you got to understand is, as whatever you are, I don't know what you are. Well, actually I do. You're an enemy because you're a cosplayer trying to destiny swap and steal lineage and achievements. We have to have a consensus. I am not a Pan-African. I'm not Pan-Indigenous. Never have I ever looked at any African or Caribbean and said those are my brothers and sisters. We're not the same, motherfucker. We don't have the same culture, and you don't have the same birthright in the United States of America. And if you did, you motherfuckers wouldn't be begging for birthright citizenship, now would you? We have to have a consensus. A lot of you are living in delusion, thinking you're the same as black Americans when you don't even honor your ancestors. You don't even pick up the fight in your own land. You say that the United States of America destabilized you motherfuckers. So now you want to come over here with black Americans and destabilize us, knowing that black Americans were not made a protected class. And that's why you tethers can leech onto us. And then he wants to say that Haitians are black Americans. Look, I already told you guys, you're going to be met with fire and fury. I don't give a fuck like that. There's no respectability politics. Haitians are asking, why are we catching smoke for what one girl says? And now this motherfucker. Are you even Haitian? It doesn't even matter. Because it sounds like you're Pan-African or Pan-Indigenous or something. Because you know damn well Haitians are not black Americans. But this is the sickness. This is why we are delineating. Now, I have delineated. A lot of people are waking up. I'm seeing so many new faces on my FYP of black Americans having the realization that these motherfuckers are treacherous. Are really treacherous. And for the longest time, if you pay attention, if you peruse through my channel, I didn't start off calling people tethers. I was trying to, be very aware of my mouth, but now I don't give a fuck because there's no other word to describe you motherfuckers. You're treacherous, you're tethers, you're treasonous, you're leeches, you're vampiric, you're demonic, you're a nuisance, you're a menace, and you need to go back home. That's what you need to do, and that's where you need to be. Immigration was one of the worst things that has ever happened to black Americans, indigenous American Indians in the United States of America. It is still Black American History Heritage Month, and it hasn't been so pleasant because of motherfuckers like this trying to undermine black Americans and the variable that we built the United States of America and existed in pre-colonization. You're devastated, and you should be, because you let it happen. You let the disrespect happen. Never should we be disrespected in the land we built. So whatever happens to you, happens. You do not have an ally in me. It's over. Put this motherfucker on notice.
The Democrats had their own State of the Union, and I'm telling you, it was hilarious. It was funny. Check this out.
Al Green, if you can hear me.
Hilarious, bro.
So in. Come on. Here, keep it going. Whatever you.
Oh my God, bro.
It's all.
And tonight, I defy Trump and his authoritarian project by standing in joyful, radical, peaceful resistance with the Portland Frog Brigade.
I'm fresh out of an ICE prison in Minneapolis. I've been arrested 3 times by ICE over absurdity, over us being ourselves, over me singing songs like, hey, Mr. Tangerine Man, get rid of brown people for me. I'm Aryan white, there ain't no place I'm going to.
Joy Reid has no soul. I mean, she's African. She should have did an Afrobeat song, but this was A1 entertainment. These frogs, they remind me of those same frogs that be at those Portland ICE protests. Maybe that's the same cast, but this was pretty funny. Nevertheless, it was entertaining, and I kind of see why they didn't get any coverage. This should be on SNL next episode, because this was A1 comedy. A1 comedy.
You're not welcome here, and you're not welcome in a lot of other places based on your videos.
You don't own this place, you don't own America.
No, you should move on. Nobody wants you here, please move out.
Tyler, it seems like you discovered that anti-Semitism is lucrative, no?
So Pat obviously thought that we should pay for their money, so why don't you move to a different country? So
why don't you go back to Israel? That would be my question.
I got like
public safety,
I would say 150 calls about you already.
What are they calling about?
People trying to live a quiet life.
You two gentlemen, I saw a video of you walking into 136 Hillside. They asked not to come back.
Amazing.
If you come back, it'll be a trespassing.
So you say anti-Semitism, I say anti-Goyism.
The Jewish community is extremely racist.
You have a group of people that call themselves God's people. You are a Semite supremacist.
Elon Musk has 12 kids. Why can't I have 12 kids?
He pays for them. You're arguing that I should pay for your kids.
I'm arguing that the government said.
That's our money. I pay taxes.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? Can I call the cops on you? Look at that.
We may be in a corrupt hellhole. So what am I being pulled over for?
We got a call. Keep your hands on the steering wheel when you do so.
This is Lakewood, New Jersey, home to one of the largest and fastest growing Orthodox Jewish communities in America, having anywhere from 6 to 10 kids per family, causing the community's rapid growth to spill into the neighboring towns of Jackson, Toms River, Brick, and Howell, causing non-Jewish residents to fear that their town will soon be turned into Little Jerusalem.
Are Nigerians parasites? In almost every country on earth, there is a Nigerian prisoner. However, no one wants to go to Nigeria. Moving abroad is the top 5 career categories in Nigeria. They have ruined their country so terribly that it has become uninhabitable. Police stations look like pigsties, whilst government buildings look like building sites. Corruption in Nigeria is no longer frowned upon. Instead, it is praised. Criminality is celebrated in every echelon of society. The people themselves do not elect decent Nigerians. They elect criminals. You know, a country celebrates corruption and crime when it is 99% corrupt, but never has any top government official ever been convicted and imprisoned. In Nigeria, communication is conducted through screaming, hand gestures, and sometimes the fist way. You'd see diplomats, police, and military men fighting in public. Tens of thousands of fist fights should be recorded in Nigeria every day. Every building has a generator, some with up to 10, all running at the same time, forging a megapoly of noise of epic proportions. Nigerian motorists communicate with their horns. An average Nigerian motorist beeps their horn 100 times per day. Imagine the noise pollution. In Nigeria, the pastor is corrupt, the doctor is corrupt, the engineer, the teacher, the professor, the custom officials, the police, the passport official, the teller, the banker, the ministers, the president, and everyone is corrupt. I'm not sure you understood. I will elaborate. You can get to the Nigerian border with explosives, bribe the officials, and they'll let you in. You can bribe your way through your professors to give you the best grade. Bribe the passport officials to delete your name from the system and create a new identity for you. Or pay the police to arrest someone who annoys you. Nigeria is a complete shithole. Now imagine people raised under such chaotic system coming into your country. From the day they were born, they bribed their way through the authorities, school, and even employment. When a government job opening becomes available, the person in charge sells it to the highest bidder. You see, this is not talked about enough. I have given this a serious thought before making this video, and it breaks my heart that I have to make it. A Nigerian have no sense of queue, keeping the street clean, respect authority, law and order, or the faintest idea of customer service. There is only one thing on the mind of a Nigerian: make money and buy respect. They have succeeded in creating nations within their country. The Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo effectively have quasi-nations within Nigeria. You should see them bashing, fighting, hating, and disparaging each other instead of working together to fix up the world's greatest human shithole ever put together, called Nigeria. Let me take you around the world. There are Nigerian prisoners in South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Kenya, Angola, Gabon, Cameroon, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Indonesia, the UAE, Qatar, Pakistan, India, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, China, Hong Kong, Japan, South Korea, Russia, Ukraine, Poland, Germany, Italy, Switzerland, Norway, the Netherlands, Spain, Canada, the USA, Colombia, Brazil, and even countries as poor as Chad, Congo, and Mali. Their conviction typically surrounds around drug trafficking, pimping or pandering, 419 fraud, which includes dating scams, credit card fraud, and other fraudulent activities. The world has every reason to scrutinize Nigerians 5 times more, or even ban them altogether. Nigerians give black Africans a bad name. I bet you Namibians, Botswana, Kenyans, Angolans, Senegalese, Burkinabes, South Sudanese, or South Africans commit the least crime of all Africans who live in the West, South America, and East Asia. Botswana, Namibians, South Africans, and Kenyans don't leave their countries like Nigerians do. When they do so legally, and when they are in your countries, they are 10 times more likely to abide by the law of the land and stay away from crimes. In contrast, Nigerians would fight in public at every opportunity. They have one of the lowest levels of etiquette in the world. 7 out of 10 Nigerians have been involved in public fighting in their lives, as this is our Nigerian way of resolving dispute. Now imagine letting someone who doesn't understand law and order not to litter, not to urinate in public, how to dialogue instead of yelling and using their fist in your country. What do you think will happen? They don't get along with their neighbors or other African countries. How do you think they'll get along with the world's most evolved and developed societies of the West and East Asia? The Nigerian sees the humane laws of your country as a weakness to exploit. As with everything, nothing is 100%. I know this. There are some good Nigerians, but almost every Nigerian is infested with that corrupt mindset. Living in Nigeria, I have tried to find something good to sell to the world, but unfortunately, there are scares. It is a land absent from progress. The Nigerian system is broken. Nigeria is not even a country. A Hausa person hates the Igbo person to the extent that they can wipe them out. The Igbo hate the Hausa in the same way. The Yoruba have a fundamental hatred for the Igbo that they'll rather die than elect an Igbo person, whilst the Igbo are the world's most arrogant, self-deluding, zero-etiquette people of Africa. These three major ethnic groups, Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba, each have over 40 million people, with the Hausa nearing 65 million. Now imagine putting Spain, England, and Poland into one country. Do you know the type of chaos you'd be creating? This is how Nigeria is. The Spanish, English, and Polish are all European, but they cannot function as one country. So too do the Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. These people cannot function under one country. When government ministerial positions are declared, they often have to reflect the Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo shares before the other minority ethnic groups receive their own share. If the sharing favors one ethnic group more than the other, they fight, yell, insult, and complain until the next appointment. The other ethnic group in charge will now retaliate by appointing their own ethnic group. The presidency has to go to that ethnic group, then that one, and this one, and those one. Then when the next one comes, they keep changing. You see, in short, the number of ministerial positions have to reflect the various ethnic groups. This is not a country, but a bunch of tribal, unevolved, mentally unstable, over 200 million stupid people. Why would any country let Nigerians into their country? I'm not sure, but if I were the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, I would impose a total ban on Nigerians. The risk outweighs the benefit. There are 24 million homeless Nigerians, which is almost the same as the rest of sub-Saharan Africa combined. And over 70% of the country's population lives in poverty. That is over 160 million people. The highest in the world when averaged, given that India has over 5 times as many people as Nigeria. They have the largest arable land in Africa, Nigeria, yet most of that is uncultivated. Their weather is characterized by abundant sunshine during the dry season and ample rainfall during the raining season. The north is the savannah, and the middle belt of Nigeria is level with abundant arable land suitable for farming. Still, 56% of Nigeria's 70 to 84 million hectares of arable land remains uncultivated or underutilized. You begin to ask yourself, why are these people hungry? The answer is simple: incompetence and a collective lack of skills to run a country. Nothing in Nigeria is properly managed, from the police to the immigration services, customs to the airport, traffic to the road network, schools to the national grid, and from the people to their own very homes. Nigeria is a chaotic society where people exhibit some of the lowest levels of etiquette and quality known to man. And most of these people are looking for ways to obtain visas to the various developed and semi-developed countries so that they can bring that chaotic upbringing from Nigeria to the world. I have tried to find a better way to euphemize this video. Still, after months of procrastinating, I couldn't find a better way to organize my words, but to say it as it is. If you are a Nigerian watching with the slightest ounce of honesty, you'd agree with me. We have earned the badge of honor of being amongst the worst in the world. Poverty isn't why Nigerians are dishonest, criminal-minded, corrupt, and everything else. Nepal is a poor country. How many Nepalese have you seen committing crimes around the world? Chad, Burkina Faso, Mali, Myanmar, Tajikistan, and South Sudan are poor. You can't see them going around the world committing crimes. Of the world's 195 countries, there is a Nigerian prisoner in 60% of them, the highest of any country on earth. That